Yes, you can reply. Yeah, here. All right. That's good. That's good. Great. So, students, I am Hamzah Siddique. I have been teaching ACCA since last 15 years. And I teach in the level 2 of ACCA, AA, FM, and AAA and AFM in the level 3 of the paper. Now, students, and one more thing that I have been teaching out of 15 years, it is 7 years of online ACCA coaching and around more than 15,000 students I have taught. And now you people are here. And I know majority students, they come to study audit with me because of the recommendations from their seniors, colleagues, family members. Okay, so this is what I have been, the idea and the feedback of the students. Now, I would like to thank you for joining my first session. Some of you are enrolled, some are on the trial class here today. What I want now, before I proceed, I just want to know about the mix of my class as well. And that mix of class, I want to know that two, three things from you people. First of all, your name and where are you working and why are you attending this class with me? Because of some recommendation, some advertisement, or what? Okay, so name, where are you working? So it will give me the idea, the industry in which you are, majority. Okay, so one by one, we will have a brief introduction from you people. I'll be happy, yes, to hear from you people one by one. So starting with, if I mispronounce the name of anyone, do pardon me, please. Okay. Yes, all right. So the first name, we will move with the alphabetic order. So Akhilesh, yes. Yes, please open your mic and introduce yourself, please. You can open your mic and start introduction, please. Akhilesh, please. I think he's having some issue with the mic. Yes, Divishi, please. Yes, Akhilesh having issue with the mic. Yes. So, Divishi, please introduce yourself. Some people, if yes, another issue. Okay, browser is preventing me to unmute. Now you can unmute yourself. Let me, yes, allow participant to unmute. Yes, please. Let me unmute you. Yes, I think now you should be able to. Yes, please. Yes, Devishi. Yes, please. I think she has also some issue with the mic. So by chance, the second person. Yes, the next is Fabrice or Fabrice, or what it is. Yes, please introduce yourself.
Hello.
Hello, yes,
Yes, I'm Fabrice Duku, eh,
yes,
from Mauritius, and I work in the retail industry in the finance
right,
department.
right.
And yes, for June I will take F7 and F8 exam.
Yeah, how did you come to know about my courses? Why you are here? Oh,
From France,
okay, from friends at work.
yeah, at work exactly.
Yeah, all right, Fabrice. Thank you. Yes, Gabriel.
Welcome.
Yes, please, Gabriel.
Yes, I'm Gabriel Udo from Nigeria, but I'm working in Kenya.
Okay,
Yes,
good. So, how did you come to know about our courses?
I got it from Facebook. I said, let me try and see.
Okay, okay. So, welcome, Gabriel. Hope to have a good
Thank,
time with me. Okay,
thank
thank
you
you.
so much.
Yes, Gautam, please.
Yes, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. You can hear me?
Yes, clearly we can hear
Yes,
you.
I'm from Mauritius too, so I'm in the management company offshore department. So I've known your courses through a colleague and through Facebook.
Okay, 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 okay. Thank you. Welcome, dear Gautam. Right. Yes.
Thank you.
Next is Girish, please. Girish, please, if he is okay with the mic. Yes, Johan, please. Johan, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
I'm John. I work for a corporate office of a group of companies involved in the engineering sector. I'm involved in
Okay.
the recovery and credit management.
Okay, good, good. So, yes, thank you. Thank you. Kirti, please. Yes, please, Kirti. The issue with the mic is there with the with a lot of people. Anyways, yes. The next is Melki. I'm sorry, Melki, if I'm not wrong. Okay, just want to know how many of you are from the audit firms? Audit firms, how many of you are?
I work in the audit firm.
Audit firm, right. That's good. That's good. Okay, let us proceed towards today's lecture and talk about the subject. Let me connect my iPad with it. All right, students. Double A audit and assurance subject, it is quite different from the other subjects in the level 2 of ACCA. So this subject is how this subject is different. This is the question, a worded question, how it is different. We try to understand this thing from the words of your examiner. What does your examiner say? Your examiner says the aim of this subject. What is the aim? This subject is in ACCA, and the aim of this subject is I'm sorry. So, to enable students understand, understand the conceptual knowledge of audit process and its application so that they can demonstrate it in exams. So when you are studying, so there are three key points in this statement. What your examiner wants. There are 3 points basically. The one is conceptual knowledge. The second is application. And the third is demonstration. So basically 3 things are there. And these 3 basically building blocks to pass AAA paper. The foundation is conceptual knowledge of what audit actually is, the whole process. Conceptual clarity is very much important. And the second is then you must be able to apply application to scenarios, real scenarios of different organization and their audits. First of all, conceptual clarity, what the knowledge is. And then you must be able to apply to company A audit, company B audit, energy sector, construction sector, service sector, IT sector, and so on. You must be able to apply. And the third point is that is demonstrate that application of knowledge. Demonstrate that application of knowledge. 3 things. One step, 2, and 3. Some students, they think I prepared the knowledge, that's wonderful. I can apply to the scenario. When I read scenario, I can relate it with the knowledge I have. I can relate it to that. But the point is, sorry, the point is they can relate it to the knowledge. And now at this point, what they should be doing? They should work on whether they are demonstrating it as per examiner guidance. Majority students who fail double A, who struggle to pass, it lies here. If you have done it well, your marks are around 45%. If you know the knowledge and its application. So the remaining marks to pass the paper, to pass the subject, they lie here. So the failure in double A paper is not because students don't have conceptual knowledge. Actually, they want to pass this paper the way they want. This note down this point which I'm going to tell. They want to pass the subject the way they want. But you cannot pass in this way. You can pass only the way examiner guides you. This is the gap. Because students are mature, they are working in different companies. They are having some audit experiences, corporate experiences. They have been attempting so many exams. They have passed other papers of ACCA. They think we can do this as well. The same way, please, it does not happen. Unless you go through the process. Now, listen, please. Listen, please. You people may have, some of you know how to swim. The first day you jump into water, can you jump into water without supervision of a coach, an instructor? You cannot. The first day you struggle a lot. The second day it continue, and after continuous struggle, you start learning the tricks and day by day improvement. Okay, I'm doing this one mistake and this one mistake. I have to take this position. I have to take this posture of the body, this position of the body. Okay? With the passage of time, you keep learning. This is by practice. It happens by practice. What if you have the rule book of swimming and you say, I have read it, I understood it well, and now I can swim? Everyone will say this is foolish act if you think that, if you jump into water. But why students do this in exam? In double A, they do like that. A student failed in their exam last time, was studying with me, came to me, Mr. Hamzah, I have failed the exam. I say, okay, have you done those 45 questions which I told you? Have you done the practice the way I told? This is very much important. They say, I have done practice 50% of the questions, but not the way you told. I solved some question as per your method, but the remaining, I just read the question, read the scenario. Since they were theoretical, I have very good English. I can write the answer, so I didn't write. So what did that student do? He read the rule book and jumped into the water directly. This is what he has done. So please remember, wherever you have to study at home this subject, you have to prepare this subject. Since we are preparing for June 2025 exam, since we are studying for that, this batch is started today. I want you to post these 3 rules similar way on a paper, write on a paper, print on a paper, and paste in front of you. And keep comparing your preparation with these 3 criteria, a 3-point criteria. Okay? If the 3rd point is missing and you lack here, remember, you are at risk. Remember that. This must be kept in your mind. I'm telling you. And since you are here with me for my class, you should follow. I expect you to follow my guidance in true letter and spirit. This is what I want. What I intend to do with you. I'll be starting with your lecture, my lectures today. I'll be discussing the concepts. I'll be providing you my notes. I will be doing with you at least, there are, the paper has, the AA has 2 types of question in exam. Section A are OTQs with scenario, and it is section, this is 30 marks, and it is 70 mark constructive response questions. You know that 2 areas are there, 30 marks and 70 marks. Now, section B, this is called section B. So I am talking about the practice about section B. This practice will be done from, I will provide you exam kit. And we will be solving the previous around 4 to 5 year past exam questions. Exam kit and practice platform, ACCA practice platform. 3, we will be solving in 3 ways. Live classes weekly, the way I am conducting with you. Second, I will be, for some, because I want to solve around 45 scenarios with you. This is my plan. Some I'll be giving you some recorded, my own recorded classes on some questions in which I have solved these questions. Plus, some questions I will solve in the crash course in the month of May. Okay, in 3 sittings. So we will be solving around 45 scenarios in the class. And these scenarios, you people must solve the way I will tell. You have to do practice. Then comes OTQs. OTQs, again, the 3 things. Kaplan, BPP, and Study Hub. The OTQs in all 3 places we need to solve to be prepared fully for the exam. If you do this, which I am telling you, this plan of action, it's sure you will get not only pass, you will get very good marks. That's for sure. But in letter and spirit, I normally say one sentence to all my students that we have to be over prepared for exam. As if you are not over prepared. If you are not over prepared, that's one thing for sure that you are under prepared. And it is risky. Just like you, if you are not over prepared for swimming, jumping into water, if you are not over prepared, it means you are risking to be drowned in the water. You're risking your life. Now, the next point. The next point is, let us proceed further. The subject, ACCA, the first and the main area is AC audit cycle or audit process, which starts with acceptance of audit. Second, audit planning. Third, internal controls and test of controls. 4, substantive tests, review and report. So 5 main sections are of audit process. And this is around 75% to 80% of syllabus and exam as well. 75 to 80 marks is normally tested from this area. Next. The second is other areas. Now, what are other areas? First of all, concept of assurance. Concept of assurance and regulatory environment for audit. 1. Second, what is internal audit? Third, corporate governance. Corporate governance. Codes of ethics. Audit of non-profit organizations. Last but not least, quality management. This is the whole syllabus of the subject. The full audit subject is here. We are today we have first class. We are starting with concept of assurance. This chapter, introductory chapter it is. And then we will proceed towards regulatory framework for audit in the next class, corporate governance, internal audit. This is what we cover. And in the next class, after corporate governance, we will be going from past exam paper scenarios immediately. Study hub as well. So now I am starting today's topic, and the lecture. Before I proceed, I ask you, if you have any question, please ask. Any question, please. Anyone, any question? Before I proceed, anyone, any question? All right. Now, students, a student is asking that I have an emergency. So can I replace class on Saturday? Listen, please. We provide recording of lecture. It will be available to you in our LMS within 24 hours of class. So you can go through the recording of the lecture and watch and prepare. Okay? Great. You can do that. Now, but one thing which I forgot to mention before moving to the subject, the way you people are in the class today, double A requires 130 to 150 hours self-study in addition to live classes. Means including crash course and everything, classes are around 70 to 80 hours classes. Okay? So 70 to 80 hours classes, it will be including crash course and some recorded session as well. 18 to 20 live classes there will be, and the remaining will be there. Recorded and crash course. Crash course is around 20 hours. Okay, 80 to 20 live classes into 2.5. So it is around 50 hours. So 50 to 70 and around 10 to 20 hours recordings. So 80 to 80 hours almost. Almost 80 hours it is. So 80 hours classes plus this you have to plan. So this you need to plan from today for this June 25 exams. You have to plan today. That it becomes on average 5 hours to 5 to 6 hours per week. You need to find. You need to find. Just like we have schedule of class, you should decide this schedule with yourself. That allocate 5 to 6 hours, which 5 hours, which 2 hours, which in 2 hours slot you can find. You have to study double A. Which you have to study double A. Which 6 hours? Which 5 hours? And if you fail to plan, the famous quote, you have so listen. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Please. This is very much important. And you can better do it if you keep attending live classes, if you keep attending live classes and you do not miss, you can follow this plan properly. But if you keep missing live classes on the expectations that I will have access to recording, so I can miss the class, this will be blunder. Because now then you will need 8.5 hours, 2.5 hours for lecture watching and 6 hours for preparation. And you will not be able to catch it up. These recordings are provided so that students can reconsult, rewatch if they are unable to, means if you want to clarify something. For this purpose, so keep attending live classes. Now, so let us proceed further. The next point is, students, the first topic is agency relationship. Tell me one thing, how many of you are using headphone to attend class, or headphones or AirPod? How many of you are using AirPods or headphones to attend live class? How many, please? Tell me. How many? Can you tell me? Right? Me. Okay? Only. Remember, yes. What I have the data with me and the feedback that your attention in the class is increased by 200% when you are using these earphones. And you put this downwards phone, do not disturb, and face downwards. So, to avoid all distractions. Okay, I hope you understand. Now, agency relationships. What is agency relationship? Where you have studied, where one party, it is a relationship where one party acts on the behalf of another party. Where one party acts on behalf of another party. Where one party acts on the, what does it mean? One party, it is called agent and it is called principal. For example, if I ask Kirti, that Kirti, can you buy a villa for me in Cape Town? For example, she lives in Cape Town, South Africa. So Kirti is doing a property deal with a seller over there in Cape Town. On whose behalf? Mr. Hamzah. So I am principal and Kirti is acting on my behalf. She is agent. So agent is acting on the behalf of principal. This is agency relationship. The contract Kirti will make with seller, this will actually contract between these two parties. Okay. So the relationship, this relationship is called agency relationship. What is the responsibility of Kirti? The law says, I'm sorry, that is called fiduciary responsibility. Fiduciary responsibility. What is fiduciary responsibility? Is duty. So the law says agent has fiduciary responsibility towards principal. Now, what is fiduciary responsibility? Fiduciary responsibility means two things. One, duty to act in good faith in the best interest of principal. So agent has to do everything in the best interest of principal. Whatever deal the agent is making, Kirti is making, she has to take care, she has to regard of, he has to do the regard of the best interest of Mr. Hamzah here. Best price. Do all the working necessary to safeguard his interest. And now the second thing, that is duty to disclose all relevant information to principal. So Kirti has to disclose, it is her responsibility. If she makes a transaction on my behalf, she must have to disclose all information of transaction to me. Whatever deal she has done, every relevant aspect she knows. Now, let us proceed further. So fiduciary responsibility is clear. So the next is directors of company. They are agent of, whose agent? Shareholders. They are agent, they are principal. They are managing company's affairs on the behalf of shareholders. They are managing affairs of the company on the behalf of shareholders. Now, listen, please. So, directors of the company, they have fiduciary responsibility towards shareholders. Shareholders are not present. The whole year they are managing company's affairs. Directors are making decisions. Hundreds and thousands of transactions they are processing throughout the year. From a hiring of staff to the purchase of inventory to launching the products and so on. So whatever they are doing, that should be in the best interest of shareholders. One thing. Secondly, they should disclose everything to the shareholders. Now, here comes the agent. The next term is agency problem. What is agency problem? Agency problem is that agent may not act in the best interest of principal. Agent may not act in the best of interest of principal. Kirti might be dealing with the third party on my behalf, but may be more interested in her own benefits. She may not be doing proper investigations of property. She may not be doing proper negotiation of price the way it should have been done. She may be taking commission from the seller too and buying property for me at expensive rate. Possibility. This is agency problem. So similar thing happens for the I'm sorry, directors. The whole year they are managing the affairs of company and shareholders are not present. They might be utilizing their money, shareholders' money, for their personal benefits, personal gains. They may not be properly vigilant for the business. They may not be properly vigilant for the business. And they might be making the money for themselves only. This is the problem. And at the year end, they have to prepare financial statements. What is financial statements? Financial statement is basically report by directors about performance of company in a year. Financial statement is basically that what we have earned for you. So in other words, it is not company's performance, it is performance of directors. It is performance of directors. It is not performance of company only. It is performance of directors as well. That we have earned this money for you. At the start of a year, this was the assets of the company. At the end of a year, these are the assets of company. Now, the point is, the risk is that. What is the risk? The risk is that financial statement, since directors are biased, they have to show boosted performance. That we have done a lot. We are the champions. They may increase assets of the company falsely. They may use creative accounting to overstate profits. Incorrect accounting policies deliberately they may do to claim their bonuses, to secure their job, to get promotions, to get more perks and benefits. They may overstate financial statement, misstate financial statements. They are biased. So these financial statements, which is their report. So this is agency problem, that they may not act in the best interest of principal. So they are not reporting correctly as well. They are not fulfilling fiduciary responsibility. Agency problem. So hence, what happens is, here comes the need of auditor. An independent professional, independent finance expert knowledge, who evaluates financial statements, examine financial statements and accounting record, and report on their credibility and report credibility, in other words, truth and fairness of financial statements. So now we have learned one thing, what audit is. This is audit definition. Independent examination of financial statement by a finance expert and report by them. So this is the role of auditor as well. This is primary responsibility. If anyone asks you from today onwards that what is the role of auditor, since you have studied with Hamzah Siddique, what should be your answer? None other than you have that tell role of auditor is to report on credibility of financial statements prepared by company. And he does this by examining and evaluating financial statements and accounting record. This is simple. What audit is? You should tell this. Whatever was in your mind before, that auditor detects fraud, auditor detects non-compliance with the laws, and so on, so many other things. Auditor prepare financial record. That was incorrect. Erase that, unlearn that, and learn this. Please. Now, so we have learned something good. Now, the next. Student, audit can be statutory audit, or it can be non-statutory audit. Statutory audit is that audit which is required by law. All those businesses, companies whose audit is required by law, that is called statutory audit. That is called statutory audit. And a non-statutory audit, what is that? Some small businesses, partnerships, small companies exempt from audit. Sometimes they conduct audit as well, and which is no requirement of law. If they get their audit of financial statements, that is called non-statutory audit. So what is the benefit of non-statutory audit? What is that benefit? The benefit is if there are partners, they can settle profits, accounts, losses among themselves easily because they are audited by independent professional. Business accounts are more acceptable by authorities. They have more confidence in the business. They're more acceptable because they're audited. Sleeping partner can rely. They can rely more on financial statements. Sleeping partner of the business which are not active in the business, partners without which are not active in the business. Now, the next point is the next concept is the concept of assurance engagement. Yes, but before, sorry, one concept I missed. I was thinking I'm missing something. That is stewardship relationship. This concept is derived from agency relationship. This concept is derived from agency relationship. What is steward relationship? It is based on that where one party deals with the assets of another party. Deals with the assets. So directors are stewards of shareholders' assets. Directors are stewards of shareholder. They are managing, they are dealing the assets of, yes. And at the year end, stewards produce report on usage of those assets called as stewardship accounting. I'm sorry, there is some issue with my router, internet router actually having some issue. I'm sorry. So, can you hear me, everyone? Can you hear me, everyone? All right. Just a minute, please. I will fix it before next class. I'm sorry for the issue. Okay, there is a question. Does that mean that an audited financial statement is known as stewardship accounting or no? A very good question. If you can see that first question asked by someone that management accounting is stewardship accounting, no. No, actually, management accounting is something different. They are for management's their own use. Okay, so it is basically accountability to the person to whom they are accountable. Basically, it is about that. Okay, that is financial statements actually. I hope you got the answer. Now, next. So I'm going to explain the concept of assurance engagement. Students, for example, Mr. A has to make a business deal of $2 million. Not Mr. A, okay, Mr. Hamza, me. Okay, I have to do a deal with Mr. David. $2.2 million, and David lives in Port Louis, Mauritius, for example. Now, so the point is, I don't know about that much. For example, Trishti is one of my students who lives in Port Louis. I'm in my country here in Pakistan. So I asked Trishti that can you get some information about Mr. David? Can you get some information about them? Mr. David? So Trishti goes to the workplace colleagues or business, with the David has dealt with, the people the David has dealt with already. 4 to 5 sources, conducts a good investigation, and come backs to me and says, Mr. Hamza, I didn't find anything bad about David. I asked Mr. Trishti, you see, it is a matter of $2 million. Not my own whole wealth, but rather some investment of few of my friends who have given me money because of the trust. So please get more information. She goes again. Now, around 15 sources, banks, legal advisors, and so on. Credit rating agencies. She gets information about Mr. David and then comes back to me and tells me, Mr. Hamza, know that know that Mr. David is a credible person. Now, I ask you people a question. I ask you a question. Tell me, is there any difference between these two statements? This statement and this statement, is there any difference? Tell me, please. What is the difference? Please. What is the difference? Tell me, please. Even this is also, students, listen, the difference is level of confidence which is being provided by the statement. This is the level of confidence is difference. Here, here confidence is high. Here confidence is low. This is giving more confidence. And why this is more confidence in the same person? Because work done is more. Here work done was less. So more work, lesser work. So less confidence, high confidence. So level of confidence is, I'm sorry. To the point is, nature of work in education, but extent of work is different. Amount. Let me give you another example. I am giving you a lecture today, and I'll be teaching you around 50 hours. If a person join crash course, that is 20 hours. Full course, normal course is 50 to 70 hours with recording. Nature of work is same. I am giving lecture on double A. Subject is the same. Content is the same. What is different? Extent of work is different. Okay? Same is here. Extent of work is high, more just like that. I told you, if you do not prepare double A, the way I'm telling you, practice OTQs, what is difference between a pass and failure? Is normally extent of work. Done. High extent of work, easily passed. more confidence on the exam day. Okay, and so on. Now, so come, so NH, you see here. I hope this is clear. So students, this one concept is clear. The second concept of assurance, which I want to teach you people. That is another. So what is, this is basically levels of assurance we have talked about. So levels of assurance, let us prepare a summary. One is high level assurance. The other is low level or moderate level assurance. So here, high level of work is performed. Here, low level of work is performed. So here, positively worded report, and here negatively worded report. Negatively worded. You see, here Mr. David is a credible word. Here, I did not find anything bad. Negatively worded. Less confidence. And if we talk about what is the difference both sides? Extent of work. This is called reasonable assurance. Its name is limited assurance. Reasonable assurance and limited assurance. Now the point is, let us proceed. This type in the audit of financial statement, that is an example of reasonable assurance. High level of work by auditor. And a low level of work when it is performed by auditor, that is called review engagement. Here auditor says, in our opinion, financial statements give true and fair view of company affairs. And here in this report, what they say? Nothing has come to our attention that causes us to believe that financial statement does not give true and fair view of company affairs. You see, negatively worded, positively worded, high confidence, simple, straightforward statement. Next. So students, what is review engagement? So review engagement, the definition is an assurance engagement service where work performed is of audit nature. Nature of work is that of audit, but which does not constitute an audit. Why? Because extent of work is low. If you increase the extent, it will become audit. Student, my voice is okay. Can you hear me clearly? Tell me. Or there is breaking. Tell me, please. Can you hear me clearly? Very good. Yeah, it will be good as from the next week. There is a problem, some occurred with my router. It got restarted itself actually. Okay, the router. I'm quite surprised. Okay. Okay, at your side it might be the issue there. Okay. At your side it might be the issue. Where are you from, Johan? Where are you from? Which country you are? Okay. So that's strange. There is good internet normally. Okay. So review engagement, some examples. Review of interim financial statements. Review of interim financial statements. Review of cash flow forecast. What is it? Sometimes companies prepare quarterly financial statement, 3 months, 6 months for their own use. So they ask auditor to give report on that. So auditor actually, that is review report. That is not audit report. Similarly, cash flow forecast. Company prepare to apply for a loan from the bank. So bank asks, bring your cash flow forecast. Bring cash flow forecast and then get that reviewed by auditor. So auditor does not audit the cash flow forecast. So that is called review report. Next. So students, I hope this is clear. So now basically some explanation of elements. What is assurance? We need to talk about elements of assurance. Assurance types we have discussed with example. So what is assurance? With one example, we try to understand. Mr. X, he wants to buy a car with fuel efficient 1300 to 1500 cc and the price should be around $15,000, around this. This is his criteria. It should be non-accidented. Okay, it should be non-accidented. He wants it non-accidented. So what does he do? He search on the Facebook and he finds an advertisement by Mr. F. He has posted a car, Honda Fit 2022 model, non-accidented, excellent condition, and the price demanded is $16,000 negotiable. Now, Mr. A, he does not have the expertise to check so many details of a car. Mr. F has to sell the car, and Mr. X has to buy. So Mr. X goes to a service offered by Honda company, Honda Shore. And they are expert people. They evaluate car. It's against a criteria of standard good condition car. And they give report. And they charge fee for that. So Mr. X asked Honda Shore, can you please check this car against that standard benchmark and give me report? They say, yes, we will charge fee. Okay, done. They move on. So Honda Shore, they check this car, which is basically subject matter. And this car is provided by Mr. F. He is responsible to provide car. They check this car, obtain evidence, perform work on it against that standard benchmark. Whether it is non-accidental, its engine condition, its other physical condition, and so on. And after obtaining evidence against criteria, which is benchmark, and then they report to Mr. X. Intended user. Now this report will be used by Mr. X to make a decision whether I should buy this car or not. His confidence about condition of the car is enhanced by the report. So they are expert. They are called practitioner. The purpose of this service, what is the purpose? This whole process is to enhance the confidence of intended user. And this whole process is called assurance service, assurance engagement, in which assurance is confidence enhancement service by experts. So, elements of assurance engagement. Assurance engagement is a three-party relationship Three parties that are involved. One is practitioner. Second is responsible practitioner, responsible party. Third is intended user. Second, there is a subject matter. There is a subject matter. This is subject matter. Then there is a criteria. There is an evidence. And there is a report. Evidence is obtained by work. You see here. There is a report. We can write a mnemonic. CREST. Criteria, report, evidence, subject matter, three-party relationship. These are elements of assurance engagement. Now, I hope the assurance engagement is clear. Is it clear? All right, now. Right. Now, the next point is, so assurance services, types of assurances services we have done already, which are also called levels of assurance. We have discussed reasonable assurance and limited assurance already. The third is absolute assurance. Absolute assurance. Absolute assurance is called 100% assurance. Guarantee. Guarantee. So what is guarantee? And you know that I guarantee 100% financial statements are correct. Auditor cannot do. And auditor cannot give absolute assurance on financial statement. Why? Multiple reasons. I will tell later on. Only one or two I am telling right now. First of all, audit is sample based testing. Audit is sample based testing. Audit is sample based testing. And the second is judgment. Auditing is subjective. At various stages of audit, auditor uses judgment to make a decision. And where there is judgment, you cannot be that 100% sure. Judgment means judgment is based on probability. So that's absolute assurance is not possible. There are other reasons as well. We will discuss maybe in the next lecture. Now, students, services offered by audit firms. Some are called assurance services, which we have talked in detail already. The second is non-assurance services. Where there is no confidence enhancement at all. Now, the next point is non-assurance services. So non-assurance services, which are offered by firm, they are of two types. One is called compilation engagement or services. And the other are called agreed upon procedures. I will explain both. Compilation, no assurance, no report on any subject matter, rather compiling data in a certain way. Just like that. Compiling financial statements, preparation. These services are also offered by audit firms. Management accounts preparation, tax return preparation. The data is being arranged in a certain form. Firms also offer these services. And the next is agreed upon procedure. So no assurance at all. Simple is that. Agreed upon procedures are facts finding services. For example, the company's fire erupted, loss occurred. So quantifying the loss is agreed upon procedure. Audit firm provided service. Fraud occurred. fraud investigation service is fact finding, quantifying the fraud. Agreed upon procedure, no assurance. Right? Next. Students, we have left, this is the first lecture today, introductory. We have left with 2-3 terms only, terminologies, which I'm going to explain. And then I'll end the lecture for today. In the next class, we'll be having full 2.5 hours class. And you will have notes by tomorrow on your portal. And we will create a WhatsApp group of class as well for communication with me. I will also be part of WhatsApp group. Okay? And maybe by this weekend, it will be created. Or maybe by early next week. Right? Next. So, the next point is, you may have read this statement, rather for sure, you have read this statement that in our opinion, financial statements of company give true and fair view of company affairs in all material respects in all. Now, there are 3 terms in it: true, fair view, true and fair, and material, one by one. Starting with material. What is materiality? What is materiality? Materiality means significance in a particular context. Particular context which affects decision making of user. Now listen. Significance is always in the context. For example, today I have a class, live class. You got information timely. You joined my class. Okay? It was significant information for you. You joined the class. But if some students get information tomorrow that Mr. Hamzah had his live class yesterday and you could sit free for as a trial in that, will that be significant? No. It has already held. I cannot join. No use. Not material information. One example. Another example. Dollars 10,000. For me, it is a big amount. And for Mark Zuckerberg, very small amount. May not be significant. It is material for me. $1 million. Is it a material amount? For a local chain store, it is material amount. for its financial information. But for Walmart, for Amazon, it is not material for them. It is small amount. So materiality is always significant. When we say, oh my God, that person suffered significant loss. Mark Zuckerberg suffered significant loss. You ask how much? He said $10,000. Oh my God. Please, it is not a significant amount for him. But if you get to know you're a friend suffered $10,000 who has total worth of $20,000. Oh my God, huge loss. Yes, it is significant. Same goes for the companies. So always materiality is relevant, decided as per the company which is being audited. It is not the same for all companies. It varies as per the situation. Next. Listen. So materiality is always relevant, relative. Context. Now, the word true. True means when auditor says financial statement give true view of company affairs. True view of company affairs. True means information is factual, based on facts, conforms with reality of company. What is in the financial statements? That conform. I have checked reality. It is actually over there. The assets shown here actually are there. Same value. Income actually earned. Conforms with the reality. Has been correctly extracted from accounting record. I have checked. Financial statement have been properly extracted from accounting record. I have verified. So the word true spoken when auditor speaks about financial statements, that financial statements are true. This is the meaning. Fair. When auditor speaks the word fair about financial statements, it means financial statements are unbiased, as per standards, whatever standards are applicable. Unbiased. And represent commercial substance of company transactions. They are not fake. They are not just bookish transactions. Sometimes commercially, commercial means what is actually happening. Sometimes you record a sale in the company, financial statements. You sell goods at the year end, and after a year you record sale return. Management does like that in some cases fraudulently. So commercially it was not a sale. Legal documents, it was sale. Commercially, transaction was a fraudulent act. Near year end, huge amount of sales. After year end, sale returns. So commercially, it is not sale. So financial statement should be recorded based on, they should show transactions which are commercially true. commercially true. Okay, now, so this is fair meaning. So let me now explain the meaning of this whole statement. And you should not forget this meaning. I am auditor. What I'm saying, these are the financial statements. In our opinion, these financial statements of this company, they show true and fair view of this company, what this company actually is. In significant aspects of this company, what is important for this company, what is important for this company, that is truly given over here, fairly given over here in financial statements. Let me give you a practical example, which I normally give, a funny example. One of your friends one of your friend is actually following a person on Instagram. Whenever that person posts a picture on Instagram, your friend give heart react to that person picture and likes that person very much. You know that. One day you are having meal with that friend in a KFC restaurant in a mall of a big city of your country. And all of a sudden, you notice someone sitting on the adjacent table. You find out it's the same person my friend is crazy about. You ask your friend, just see your right side on the table. He looks at that person, he does not recognize. After a few minutes, he is the same person or she is the same person. And your friend gets upset. Really? The picture this person posts on Instagram, they are so much edited that they do not reflect truly and fairly this person in material aspects. They're not small editing, huge filters. So the pictures of this person do not give true and fair view of this person in material aspects. Now, I hope you will not forget this lesson today, which I have told you. Anyone, any question, please? Right? Yeah, you enjoyed, thoroughly enjoyed. Yeah. So, yes, please. Okay, good. So, students, that's the end of today's lecture. I have done today's job. Next class we'll be meeting. In the next class, we will be doing, first of all, you will revise this all well. I will be uploading notes on the, portal. My WhatsApp number, my personal, you can note down. You can contact me for any queries as well. Okay, subject related. So I'll be uploading on the notes. You should revise all this well. In the next class, we'll be doing some practice from the study hub on this chapter. We will be doing in the next class, where is the syllabus? Yes, here it is. In the next class, we will be moving towards, we have done concept of assurance. We will be doing regulatory environment and corporate governance. And if we have time, we will go for internal audit as well. Okay. And still, if we have time, I will go for acceptance of audit. So the next class, 2.5 hours fully will be utilized. So that's it for today. God bless you. Okay. And if you have not enrolled yet, you want to enroll. So if you can do bank transfer, you can get banking details from coordinator. This is coordinator's WhatsApp number. If you want to pay by card, then of course you can seek help that I want to pay by card. This course, they still can guide you. Okay, though both ways are possible. So thank you. God bless you. This information is for them who have not enrolled. Okay, so take care. See you in the next class. We will be loving audit. Ask your friends to join. Okay, so we are actually enjoying audit. Take care. Goodbye. Goodbye.